Alright, what's up guys? So the last run we did, we had Nixie, Domovoy, and Mandy popping off, and we could have potentially got a round 1 kill. So today, we're going back at it again to see if we could get it. And the reason it was possible because of Toxic Tides. Every time Nixie receives a heal or applies a heal, the enemy gets poisoned. So that was the way we were able to get some additional damage on Chernobog on its turn to potentially secure that kill. Now the only reason it didn't happen is because I have incubation. So we're going to see if it's possible to kill Chernobog on the very first round. Good start. We got Domovoy and Nixie. The reason I started with Nixie is because you could only capture in Biome 3, so it makes it very hard to get. Ooh, we got a Witch, which is very good. If I get a bad trait, I could re-roll it, and if I get the traits that I am looking for, I could re-roll one of my base. Oops. That's what I get for yapping and scouting for any items. But yeah, if I get good traits, then I could re-roll an action to get us started quicker. Otherwise, we could just re-roll a bad trait that we get. So if you guys watched the last episode, then this team is going to be pretty similar. There's not too much to explain, but if anyone's watching this for the first time, this team is going to revolve around the healing and the regen tag mostly. We are not using anything else from that. And like I said, whenever Nixie receives a heal or applies a heal, she puts poison on the enemy. Domovoy, whenever they do an action that doesn't involve using cooking stacks, if they have a cooking buff, they put regen on the lowest person, so that's good. And we're trying to get Mandy as our third ally, because whenever Mandy consumes a regen stack, she then applies it to the allies and triggers it. Ooh, that has Aether chance on it. The belt main property doesn't really matter here. It's just so we could get potentially maybe a little more Aether. Alright, so on this level up, I'm hoping to get Blood Pact and Cosmic Heal. I feel like those two are the best starting traits for this type of team. If you guys watched the last episode, I remarked multiple times how I made the mistake of not getting Blood Pact when I should have gotten that first. So in this run, we're hoping to get Blood Pact first, because Blood Pact, for every 5 heal you do AoE damage on the enemy. So let's say I heal 100, which is a threshold for one of the healing perks. It gives you 2 power. If you heal 100, that means you're doing 20 AoE damage. That's a lot of free damage while being defensive. Cosmic Healing. Okay, we got one. And Blood Pact. Alright. Looks like this run is starting off great. We got 2 traits. that we definitely wanted. That means we could re-roll an action. What the hell? Yo, you know, I did come across this in the demo, and now that it's early access, it seems like the devs did not fix this. You guys need to not spawn the NPC and interactables right next to each other. This isn't it. Okay, there we go. Alright, this is a very strong start. The reason I took Domovoy to take it instead of Nixie is because one, Nixie has an action that could generate Aether, which is good, and two, Domovoy is replacing a fire-water attack with another fire-water attack, so it's like you're not losing anything in terms of core value with what we started off with. We do have a reroll. Meta progression? No, I don't get it. I think I'm going to take Starspawn. Starspawn's just really good in any team because of its unique signature. Every turn it picks a random Aether, and if you use actions of that Aether, you get back one in the form of a wild, which is very strong for any team. Like I said, every team struggles with Aether until they get some kind of engine going. And Starspawn just fits into any team to not alleviate, but like soften that problem for some teams. Like right now it's Earth Element, so when I use this attack right here, it's gonna generate one Aether because of what it naturally does, but then I'm gonna get a wild Aether because Starspawn, we met the requirements of using a Earth Aether that turn. And the cool thing about Starspawn, it actually works on the enemy too. So if the enemy was using an Earth Aether attack right now on this turn, I would get the Wild Aether for it. So Starspawn, like I said, really great for any team. It's a good damage dealer, it's a good support, good utility. Like, it's really strong if you guys have not used it. Or if you only used it for one role, consider trying out other roles for it. But yeah, I'm really looking for a Mandy. The reason, like I said, Nixie's Biome 3, right? So there's no way we're getting that for the God Run that late. And then it's RNG whether I get it or not. Domovoy is Biome 2, and there's a very high chance you get Domovoy. Lucky enough, we did pick him up on the rotation. But Mandy's Biome 1. It's not guaranteed that you're given a Mandy, but there's a chance. So I'm hoping maybe we just capture a Mandy, and then the next floor I could swap out Starspawn, and we could continue. Because we do have a good start here. We got both traits that I was looking for, and we have an explosive exhale already, which is very good. Right here is just typical combat stuff, nothing really we need to discuss. We're just trying to prevent as much damage coming on my side while hitting the enemy. Ooh! Okay, the game was generous and it gave us 2 XP. Cosmic Wisdom is a great one, it just gives us Aether so we could get out of this early game dilemma of having Aether problems where you have to basic attack. We get full value from this on our 2 allies that we're keeping. I don't really care if Starspawn really accumulates corruption, because it's getting replaced anyway, right? So I don't care if it takes corruption. Alright, so I don't see a Mandy pack, which sucks. Hopefully there's a Mandy left. Alright, so while we're just doing my typical combat stuff, one thing I want to comment on, this is I think my 37th or 38th attempt in trying to get this team to just work. In the demo, I was able to do, I think, 4 or 5 God runs, and that's because the demo had a small pool of monsters to pick from, but, oh, it's not a but, and it did not have these meta progressions that lock behind, you have to capture every monster in X biome to be able to capture their shifted versions. It doesn't have capture X amount for, you know, the other meta progressions. So it's very hard to do god runs because I can't make a save file. Okay, how about this? In the demo, I made a save file and I beat the game with just Jotun, Tazelworm, Wolpintinger, and then they gave you Cherufe for free. That's 4 monsters. You could start off with 5 souls. So the fact that I have 4 monsters and I have 5 souls, right? That means I had a very high chance of always getting the other 2 monsters I needed to do my runs. But now that there's over 27 monsters in the pool, it's very hard that I get the ones that I do need to even attempt the run. And then when I get the monsters to attempt the run, I then have to fight RNG on getting the right traits and actions. Now, while that doesn't matter in the long run, because now that we can get 4 traits and 2 extra actions from your starting one, that's not an issue. What is an issue is there's not enough rerolls. So right here, I think I'm going to take a Water Charm. 1, because it's a free action that counts towards Cosmic Heal. And 2, I just don't have rerolls. So that's what makes this really hard, is getting the monsters and then getting the traits and actions that I need on those monsters. And then in some cases, you want them in a particular order because they're better for the early game, mid game, and then late game. Like getting Cosmic Heal right here is very good because we don't have a form of Aether generation. So that's really strong that we got Cosmic Healing early. I feel like that's the best trait for this team at the early game because it fixes that problem. And then Blood Impact, or is it Blood Impact? Blood Pact fixes our damage issue because we're healing, and that heal gets converted into some small AoE damage. Every round, that small damage is adding up, and it helps us get the kill. Out of all the other healing regen traits you could get, I think these 2 are the strongest pairing to get at the early game. Once we get Mandy, and Mandy hopefully gets Immersion, the next best thing you could get at level 4 is probably Long Live. So when Mandy consumes her regen, she applies an extra stack. And then the other trait someone could pick up is, I forgot the name, but whenever you consume 3 regen stacks, you generate 1 random Aether. And since that's the core of the team, you're going to generate a bunch of Aether because you're using a whole bunch of regen. That then fixes your Aether problem. That's what I think is the best for level 4. You don't want that at level 1 because you're not generating that much regen to begin with, right? And 2, you're not applying that much regen because you're trying to kill the enemy. So that's why I feel like some teams you could get away with getting them in any order, but like this team, ooh, Regeneration Bloom, that's good. That's one of the free traits I was looking for on Domovoy. I think it is the best one with what I have on paper. Another good one you could get, I forgot the name, but it's 2 Fire Aethers and it applies 2 regen on the ally and generates a random Aether. Right here, we need Rod of Command. So I'm going to be taking the Artifact Room, because if I don't get Rod of Command, I don't think I could 1 round Chernobog. And do we get it? Yes! Okay. Okay, we got Mandy. That's good. Alright, Mandy. What do you get? Alright, so this is bad. Mandy's ideal traits, or not these. I forgot the names of what I was looking for. But they're not these. That's all I tell you. I have it on paper, actually. Mandy needs 4 traits. 2 that the other allies could get, but then 2 that are specific to Mandy, because Mandy has the weakness tag. But, looks like we're gonna have to witch Mandy, because, yeah, we definitely did not want those traits. I picked up a decent one. Whenever I use a water action, we get an extra regen. That's something one of the other 2 allies could take, because Mandy, like I said, on paper, in what I believe to be the best build for this team, with these 3 monsters, has Mandy using specific traits. So that really sucks. We're gonna have to re-roll Mandy in the future. And that's the thing. I think you only get one witch per biome, so you really gotta win the RNG and get the right traits and actions. So far we've been getting pretty lucky. I got Regeneration Bloom, which will benefit us in a bit. Right here I'm just doing a bunch of healing so we could get some damage. So you see how we have 35 healed? So that's going to be 7 AoE. Now, factoring in if the enemy has a defense perk or not, it'll lower it, but right there, as you saw, that's 7 AoE. That's really good when you think about it. That's 21 damage just for healing up. And yeah, outside of that, there's not much to say. So I believe there's almost always a guaranteed witch going into Warden. So I'm going to hopefully win that witch to get this going. So right here in the early game we're just applying a bunch of regen on our allies. And then we're using Explosive Exhale, which uses up the regen stacks you have on your ally. And converts it into damage to the enemy, which is very strong, as you could see. We have a nice 54. Does that translate to 10 or 11? Does it round up? No, it does not round up. Okay. So you have to be past it. It always rounds down, it looks like. Can't one-shot it yet, so we're going to do another Regeneration Bloom and then Explosive Exhale. But yeah, getting these runs is very time-consuming and stressful and annoying with how much times I had to reroll. So if you appreciate this, you know, leave a like, comment, maybe even subscribe. It really helps me out. Alright, so like I said, I was looking for Immersion. So we are in a very bad spot. Not only did I not get the action that I need, I didn't get the trait. So it's either we go without Immersion until level 5, or I reroll for Immersion, and then the next biome we have to go to the Witch again because we don't have the right trait. So yeah, this is what separates a god run from just a regular casual run. The ones I do where I just pick a monster, we pick up whatever's at the shrines, and we just go with it and we make it work. This run, I'm trying to specifically get traits and actions so we could see if we can get a round 1 kill on Chernobog. That is my goal. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna have to basic attack because I don't have another water Aether to trigger Explosive Exhale. I'm gonna use Nourish here actually to get one more regen stack and then go for... Ooh, we don't one-shot. Two of them are hitting the center, right? Let's get one off the center. Yeah. If the enemy's gonna hit me, I want them to spread the damage so I don't get a bunch of corruption, so we could cleanse it off after Warden. We could take up to 25 corruption, I believe. I think the plot cleanses 25, or is it 20? I forgot. But yeah, we're trying not to get more than that. Alright, so Nixie and Domovoy are doing good. It's my Mandy that's just complete chopped. Also, the reason I'm using Water Charm on Nixie and not Domovoy, even though he lost some health, is because when Nixie receives or applies a heal, Nixie puts poison on the enemy. And it's not like Domovoy really needed it anyway. I was thinking of attacking the cockatrice, and then I remembered I have the cockatrice broken, and it's going to be taking 10 damage, so that was actually supposed to be 15. I'm not sure why I rounded up to 17. Oh, I have a power. Okay. Cleanse Corruption is something I do want, but I want that on Mandy. So Auto Heal is literally the 4th trait on my list that I would have taken if we were given the option. So yeah, we're doing pretty bad on priorities of traits we were actually looking to get. Yeah, this isn't it. But you know, what are you gonna do? This is just the RNG we get. We did 2 battles. This is 3 out of 4. There's no more, so yep. That's it. Alright, so we're gonna go to the witch. Damn. Trait or action? I feel like us not having immersion right here is holding us back a lot, so I think I'm gonna actually re-roll Mandy's Thank God. Alright, we got immersion. Good. Now, the next witch I go to, I'm gonna have to try to re-roll Mandy's trait. And see if we could get her back to a god run state. If not, and you're seeing the run, I probably achieved my primary goal, which was killing Chernabaga in round 1. So you want to use immersion on Mandy and not your allies, because Mandy consumes it on herself, and her signature trait, whenever she consumes a regen stack, she then applies it to the ally, so you're double dipping in that sense. It's unfortunate I couldn't have gotten the regen bloom off earlier, because we just didn't have the mana for it. So yeah, this is a pretty weak sauce look at what the team looks like, just because we did not get the right traits. If I would have had long live right here, like, it would have been a completely different thing. Like, we might have did an extra 80 damage. But, you know, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. So we're just going to be doing immersion, trying to get Mandy some regen stacks, and then rinse and repeat, consume, and apply. That's all we really can do at this point. Auto heal kicking in for a little extra heal to proc that cosmic. Fortunately, we just missed out that. Oh! We got that 1 heal to get to 200. Nice. Okay, so the reason we wanted Cleanse Corruption on Mandy is because of her immersion proccing, right? Whenever she procs immersion, it triggers a whole bunch of regen healing, and that +1 healing may not seem like it makes a difference, but when you'll notice how much times Mandy applies regen, like that was 6 right there, right? So 6 times 1, that's 6, and then if you could look, that's 6 out of 50 for cosmic healing. And as the run will continue, that +1, you'll notice, will make a huge difference. Oh wait, I didn't get it. Never mind. I thought I did. I was going off of my paper on what we were getting. But yeah, if we did have a +1 healing, that would have been an extra 6 on our cosmic healing. Wow. Alright, well, we're getting to 100 healing. But I think I'll take the auto heal just so we could finish. Okay, there's Cleanse Corruption. I did want this. Okay. So yeah, I took auto heal there instead of the 100 heal for 2 power. Because we're really struggling with Aether right now because I didn't get the other trait that I needed. And like I said on paper, the auto heal. Ooh, that has damage on it. That's good. Crit chance and damage. Ooh. I think I'm gonna buy these just because damage +1 is really good. Since we have explosive exhale. That 1 damage could come in clutch to yeah, I think we're gonna put it here because we have it already. I don't know if we're gonna get another explosive exhale or not. But the goal is to get 2 explosive exhales on Nixie and Domovoy because Mandy's gonna give us so many stacks. That was something I noticed in our prior run that I literally uploaded yesterday. Or I guess right now I'm recording it in the same day, but yeah, you should have seen that yesterday, and this is coming after it. Like I said, we do need a Rod of Command, so I'm going to try to see if we could pick that up. But yeah. We had so much excess regen stacks on our last run that I was like, you know what? Why not have both of them do explosive exhale? We had some traits that we didn't need. They were like not used at all. Like whenever we get regen, the game like shields you. You don't need that at all. The enemies are all dead before they can even hit you. So all that shield doesn't do anything, and instead it only prolonged the run because of all the animation. So that is a trait you don't need at all. At least if you're running this specific team. I'm sure if you're just running one regen monster, maybe that trait is more useful in that situation. But for this, nope. Not good at all. Alright, so let's see. Can we fill up a Cosmic on one round here? Oof. Nope, doesn't look like it. But look how much we got, that +8 to +9 and that 7 to 8. It's pretty big, right? See that? We're gonna be hitting an AoE of almost 12. Oh, sorry, not 12. What the hell am I talking about? A little out of it. But yeah, I'm really hoping to get that trait when I consume X amount of regen stacks. I think it's every 3. I get a random Aether. That will iron out our Aether problem, and we should finish up here, right? Yeah. Since we have Blood Pack on Domovoy, I notice it crits. That's interesting. I didn't think Blood Pack could crit. So that's something I learned this run. If you have crit chance on your Blood Pack user, it can crit and hurt the enemy. Pretty cool. Actually, is there any healing monster that has crit with it? Or the only way to get crit is through a blade? What other healers are there? Domovoy, Mandy, Nyx. Nosferatu. Is that it? Am I forgetting one? Either way, none of them come with crit tags, so yeah, you would have to get it through an item. An action. Ooh! Explosive exhale, alright. We got the 2 explosive exhales that I was looking for. Alright, the run continues, looking decent. Looking for a witch to reroll my Mandy. So yeah, I'm doing regen bloom just to get that AoE out. Unfortunately, maybe I shouldn't have did that. Maybe I should have just did an immersion. Yeah, I should have probably just did that, huh? Oh yeah, I have a chain. I'm like, wait a minute, why are they getting interrupted? Right. Okay. I guess that was a mistake, huh? I should have attacked the Wolfentinger and canceled its action because I was gonna explosive exhale anyway on the book, canceling it by breaking its poise. Yeah, that was unnecessary corruption we took there, or at least the amount we took. We could have took a lot less. Oopsies. Alright, so far this team's around 2, just because the lack of Aether, but hopefully we pick it up and it starts killing them on round 1. We're gonna hit over here just because it's guaranteed, and that should kill. Yeah, I think it's in kill range to die to Blood Pact. Yeah, they should both die here. Yup, nice. I don't really care what we get anymore, right? I guess that's decent. I was hoping for a free action. None of these are free. Cleanses some debuffs if... Yeah, I mean, we're never using that. We're never using that garbage. So Nixie and Domovoy are doing pretty well. It's just Mandy has not really been landing those traits and actions that I need. Especially because on paper, Mandy needs 4 specific traits, while the other 2 have room to put 1 random trait on, because they only need 3. And funny enough, they both got that filler one with auto heal, so they kind of need to pick it up or stay on ball because they have been doing well come level 6 and 8. So we'll see if that continues. As it stands right now, this isn't really a god run. It's just a run that hopefully gets the round 1 clear because we didn't get the actions and traits in the right order that I was hoping for. That would make for a much better playthrough. Like right now, I should have had the thing where I consume regen, gives me Aether. I should have the one that when I apply regen, I get another stack with long lived. And when I apply X amount of regen, or consume X amount of regen, an ally with the lowest amount of power gets power stacks, and that should have helped us clear a lot quicker. And Mandy was supposed to have Cleanse Corruption for healing +1, and Cleanse Corruption affects all her regen that she's consuming, but there's another Maverick trait in the form of First Aid, I believe. Whenever regen's applied on an ally, they heal for... I forgot what the value is, but whatever they get healed for, the healing +1 from the Cleanse Corruption would also apply to the First Aid, which also applies to her Natural Immersion when she's proccing all of that, giving us a whole bunch of healing for Cosmic Healing and Blood Pact. There it is, Ethereal Regeneration. That's one we were looking for to solve our Aether issues. Toxic Cycle actually is one I wanted to pick up, since we have Nixie. Every time we or every round, whenever you apply 5 or more Toxic, you get an extra regen stack on all allies. And since when you get regen stacks on your allies, because if we have First Aid, that would be an extra like 5 AoE heal on each character, which is 15. Which you see where I'm going, right? Like if they just all synergize so well together. Believe it or not, that's one of the better traits, because last run I thought viral poison. Yeah, viral poison. I thought viral poison was gonna be good, but it ended up being bad because we got so much healing on either right at the start of the round, or it was round 2, or not round 2, like our second action, that I couldn't have accumulated a bunch of poison on the enemy, and it was just wasted because we were winning on round 1. So even though we could have stacked up a bunch of poison for round 2, it didn't matter because they were already dead. Also, that bench right there was really good because we got healing +1, which, as you saw how important just the Cleanse Corruption affected our Mandy, now it is going to affect it even more, so we're doing pretty good. I'm liking this. I took the Fire Aether because we're not really using wind actions, and 2, when we get to biome 3, if we get the Aether Spring again, it increases fire damage, and since Explosive Exhale counts as water and fire, that'll increase the damage of each hit by 1, which hopefully ensures our Chernobog round 1 kill. I believe last run that I did this, I went water twice, which gave you a 4 AoE heal at the start of every round. So since we're killing on round 1, that only accumulated to 12 healing, while all these regen stacks I plan on consuming on Nixie and Domovoy would get +1. So let's say I have 50 regen stacks. That's 100 extra damage. That's way more important than a free 12 AoE heal. And no, the free heal that you get from having double water Aether Pool does not get affected by healing +1 or anything. It's just a flat 4 heal, which kind of sucks because it would have been nice if you could have boosted that, but you can't. So that's why I picked that up. Alright, so what do we got? 120, so I need 600 healing. Let's see, what do we get? Or I need 550 healing. But probably less, because we're going to be applying poison, so... Actually, we have a good chance of critting, right? Let's hit this one and see if we get any crits. No? Okay. Damn, not enough damage yet. If I had first aid, I'm pretty sure we would have gotten these guys down already. So yeah, in this team, the traits definitely do matter for optimal time that it takes to complete this run. But on paper, everything on this team is just really strong. It has very good AoE damage, it has very strong single target damage, it's Aether efficient, it's turn efficient, It could also be defensive if for some reason they ever had a harder difficulty than Mythic with the shielding that you'll be getting. Like, this team just does everything so well that I'm surprised it did not receive a nerf from the demo to here. Because for my OGs, for you guys, if you watched our round 1 kill that we did in the demo, that involved haste. Haste, from the demo to now, has been nerfed. You could only activate once per round. Before, it had no limit. You could activate as many times as long as you were able to accumulate 5 dodge stacks. And in the demo, that was actually kind of hard. Not because of what I did to make it happen, but because there was only 2 dodge monsters in the game when that happened. It was Nosferatu and Cockatrice. That's it. There was no other dodge monsters. So you basically had to have those 2 on the team to fish for those traits that helped you apply dodge. And if you guys did not see that one, I'll actually have it linked in the description and the pinned comments and even in the end screen. I want you guys to, if you're interested, you know, on the evolution of the game and stuff, this video might be what that video was in the demo. A build that is just immortalized, and we could go back and watch it through a video because it no longer exists. But yeah, I was able to defeat Starspawn on heroic difficulty on the very first round in the demo with all the limited tools we had. That's how powerful that team was. So after this video, if you're interested on checking it out, I highly recommend it. And yeah, I mean, with how strong this team is that I said, it literally checks off almost everything that you need. I don't see how this doesn't get nerfed going into the full release of the game. There's long-lived. That's good. And regenerated prime, 2 of the traits I do want. Unfortunately, I can only pick 1. Boom, first aid. That is another one that we need on Mandy because of what I explained earlier. This will just catapult the amount of healing we get each round. We will most likely be one-shotting every round now because of first aid. That's how strong first aid is, by the way, guys. Do not sleep on it. On this team, first aid is insanely good. In any other team, maybe it's just mid, right? Or bad, even. But in this team, it's very good. Ooh, we got a meteorite. And it has a regen chance on it. I think I'll take that. So yeah, I believe we will one round here. Is there anything else I'm missing? No, I think this is the core engine that you needed. Cleanse Corruption, First Aid on Mandy, Blood Pack, Cosmic Healing, Long Lived, and Ethereal Regeneration. Yeah, those are the 6 traits you need by the time you come into Biome 2, and Biome 2 becomes a joke. Watch how much healing we get. We're at 47. Remember, we were at 47. That one action from Mandy brought us to 247. We got a whole 240 40 heal just from that. Come on, guys. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Actually, it looks like we might miss it by a... Will we? I don't think we're gonna be killing that other Damavoy. We have to hit Damavoy? Yeah, actually, I don't think we get it. We're gonna be missing it by a bit. Yeah, we missed it just by a little. I think if I would have targeted different, if I would have hit Domovoy first, and then see where the poison stacks went to, I would have then hit the higher stack of poison on the other Domovoy, or other Mephisto, and then the poison stacks would have went to the weaker Mephisto, and then I might have gotten the kill there. I think that would have been the optimal play. But it's all good. No procs. We did see that there is a witch. Chain. Nah. This will cleanse some corruption and give me some coin. Definitely going to the witch because cosmic auto heal's kind of mid, but we would like a better free action. Kind of mid, but we have explosive and regeneration bloom on here. That's really good. Regenerating water needs to go, and I would like a free action on Mandy. Cleanse corruption is the first trait you want on Mandy, and the second one is first aid. If anyone wants to replicate this run and they want to go for like the god run of what I think this should be, that's what I would do. All right. Wait. Oh no, did I click action by... Oh my... Dude. It auto-confirmed it, please, please. Well, I got a good free action. That is the best one we could look for, but I was supposed to re-roll a trait there. Oh man. Wow. Yeah, if you guys don't play on controller, I highly recommend you do not play on the PlayStation 4 controller. The DualShock 4, for some reason, sometimes when you press a button, it holds down that button and it's like you didn't let go. Even though I just one-tapped it, it held it down, confirmed that I wanted actions, and then when I went to pick an action, it just automatically picked for me. I didn't even get to see. I mean, you guys could go slow that down and play it in like 25% of the video speed. I didn't even see the screen pop up. God damn, bro. Well, I mean, fortunately for us, I guess we did get the best free action, in my opinion, for this build, so it is what it is. Unfortunately, that means I'm gonna have to roll the right trait on level 8, no, level 6, and then re-roll on level 8. That's a lot of pressure. Damn. We would have actually... would we have? It would have been close. It would have been close that we would have got a round 1 kill here. Actually, no, yeah, we would have gotten it. Yeah, I would have gotten it with the power increases. That sucks. Hopefully the team comes together at least for Hand and Chernobog. So I guess as you can see, some of these runs, when I go for a challenge attempt, they don't look like they're gonna make it, huh? They definitely don't look like they're gonna make it because we didn't get the things in the optimal order. But yeah. Do you guys see this team getting nerfed in the future? For the full release? If so, what do you think they'll do to nerf it? I mean, one thing they could do is Mandy only can apply one regen when it procs on her. Like, that's one way to just kill this team. Because Mandy's signature trait is why this team works. If it wasn't for Mandy's trait, this team wouldn't exist. Because, yeah, even if they revert the 2 Ethereal Regeneration and Regeneration Prime, the one that gives you power for consuming and the one that gives you Aether for consuming regen stacks, I still think this team will be powerful because, as you can see, Cosmic Healing is paying dividends in the Wild Aether. The only reason you want Ethereal Regeneration and Cosmic is because until you get this full engine running with long-lived, first aid, cleanse corruption, and ethereal regeneration, you don't have the Aether to always do what you want. So that's why you kind of need ethereal regeneration. But if you don't mind a slow start, and you don't mind getting around 2 kill, you could probably get away with not using ethereal regeneration. But from the pool of what you could get, I don't know what else you would want, really. Aether chance, crit chance, and I could put more poison on the enemy? That sounds good enough, right? Alright. Let's see what we get. Stick with crit chance. Oh my god, healing +1? That exists? I thought they took it out of the game. Last run I was looking everywhere for healing +1. I thought it just didn't exist anymore. Holy shit. That is huge. Okay, you could have healing +2 on Mandy. On my little napkin mat that I did, I only accounted for healing +1. Wow, you could have healing +2. That's crazy. Alright, we're still looking for a Rod of Command because we didn't get it. It wasn't at the shop. Dude, I think we got round 1 kills now with that. Oh my god, that's crazy. Healing +1 exists. It's probably just super rare. Considering we ran this exact same team last run, and I felt like I had more chances of getting equipment last run than I currently do. Maybe it'll equal out the same, but I didn't see healing +1 anywhere. So like I said, I thought they just removed it from the game because it was too strong. Looks like I was wrong. And that's a good thing to be wrong on, because that's probably one of the best, I think it's called perks. No, not perks. Traits, passives, whatever the hell you want to call it on your equipment. That is the best one you could ask for. Oh, I think it's affixes. Yeah, I think I might call it affixes in this game. That is the best one. Wow, we did not generate the Aether. Because I want to do this into regeneration. Actually, yeah, I think it doesn't matter. Fate. Yeah, the only thing that matters is that we're going to get this immersion off. We're at 148, right? Let's see how much we're at now. So last time we were at 47 and we went to 287, which was a 240 increase. What are we at, 187 we said? How much damage is that? That's over 120. Yeah, everyone's just dead. I don't even need to explosive exhale. They're just dead. It's AoE damage. Generated Prime. Actually, I think I'm gonna take Toxic Heal, right? Because Toxic Heal gives us the regen, which gives us a bunch more healing. Yeah. I don't need the power right now. Ooh, damage +1, but we're losing the crit chance, which is much stronger. Yeah, nah. I'd rather crit. And it has a 5% more chance of getting the poison on the enemy. Like an extra stack. Alright, so we're guaranteed to get damage +1 on our Explosive Exalt. Dude, are you kidding me? Ever since we got the shifted the shifted Nixie, last run we saw another shifted Nixie, and now I see one again. Meanwhile, it took me over 20 runs and I didn't see a single one. What the hell just happened? The game's just like, oh yeah, you're just seeing shifted Ninx for all your runs now. Alright, so we need 610 healing to kill this group. We could definitely get that. See, even with... well, I guess we're not consuming it yet. That's definitely above 610. They're just dead. So yeah, Aether doesn't become an issue once you immersion. That's the only issue. Alright. So I guess this isn't gonna be a god run because I can't get 2 witches. I could only get 1 now. I was ideally looking for a Warlock party and sensitivity. Warlock party, every time you do a support action, it puts weakness on them. And then sensitivity, if they have weakness, they take 2 extra damage, I think. So that means each explosive exhale was going to do 2 more damage against them to ensure we get the round 1 kill. But since we have a healing +1 that I didn't factor, and we got the 2 explosive exhales, maybe we could get it. $915 is going to be pretty high to reach. I think we're going to have the explosive exhale on maybe. Oh, it doesn't have poison though. Is that enough? I think that's enough. About setting a message, you know? Oh yeah, we had crit chance. Okay, we didn't even need that much done. And Blood Pack crit. Well, we get Ascension. Oh yeah, and Domovoy was looking for Leeching Bond. But since we didn't get the Warlock Party and all that, I guess Ascension's not bad. It's actually better because 2 power is gonna go a long way with Explosive Exhale on both of us. Yeah. The Generation Shield was the one I was talking about. You don't really need it in this team. Oh, we could use the reroll. Actually, I don't know what I was gonna reroll for since we didn't get Warlock Party and Leeching Bond. Or Sensitivity. Alright, Rod of Command. No. Oh, you know what I just noticed? Since I knew I was gonna get this, there was a chance it was gonna refill my artifacts. I could have been using the flask for the 20 heal, which would have counted towards our Cosmic Healing and Blood Pact. Oh well. We do get 1 witch, but like I said, we needed 2, so kinda whatever now. So it's not a god run, but it could still get the round 1 kill maybe. Oh wow, that's actually really lucky we got the altar here. We could potentially get healing +1 on it. We got a tree. I think on the tree we get the Aether. And not the damage. Just to iron out the round 1 issues. Not that we need it here, but trying to think ahead. Yeah, if we would have had that 1 extra Aether, I could have did the free action on Nixie and then go. Alright, there it is. Yeah, we're never using Watering Charm after this. Oh, we don't need that evasion 15 actually, right? Yeah, we're never getting really hit. Because all the other ones benefit us. Took us a bit, but I think we do have the ideal round 1 now. We could just kill with Blood Pact. I don't even need to attack anymore. Even on that Amit one, we didn't have to. But we got a little lucky. Yeah, we only need 925, so they're dead. I like how they're already dead, but we're just waiting on animations. And I still didn't even finish my turn. So you could definitely get over 1,000 heals. Which is crazy to even think about. I didn't even think that was possible. I thought like just getting 100 on the first turn was difficult. That's a really good roll. Huh. We even got Explosive Exhale on Mandy, huh? I've never used it on Mandy though, because I don't think it procs its signature, but we could try it out. Oh yeah, the Soul Altar. Healing +1 again would be insane. Yo. Alright, this is like the God run. We got 2 extra healing that I didn't account for. Because the Soul Altar is RNG, whether you get one or not. Yeah, I don't think we're going to the Witch, just because I can't get the God run, so... We'll go and see if we could upgrade this... equipment. Nah. Actually, you know what? I think I just threw... Oh no. I should have went to the merchant to increase my chance of getting Rod of Command since we don't have it yet. That's a mistake. So we can get roughly 180 AoE damage. I think we could kill it on round 1 actually. Oh wow, we're already over 1,000 just with that +1 healing. Okay. Yeah, it's dead. I gave the horn to Mandy and not Domovoy, so when it triggers there's no 50-50 whether Domovoy or Mandy gets it. It's just gonna always go on Domovoy. I think Summon Impudu did win on round 1 as well. Oh yeah, I guess we could talk about that, right? Besides this team, I think the second best team that's in the game right now is a slasher team with Summon Impudu. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else that even comes close to the strength of this team. Yeah, this one can consistently kill on round 1. Slasher teams might struggle a bit, but they could probably get it done. But yeah, everything else probably takes round 2 to 3 minimum. So yeah, pretty sure this is getting nerfed just because it's like in its own tier of how OP it is. Alright, I need the Rod of Command to secure this kill. Please have it. Ooh, never punished. Never punished. I would take a talisman, but that +1 on the staff is just too good to pass up. Usually a talisman on Mandy is really good, but there's that Warlock party I was talking about. A little too late though, because I don't have a witch to reroll the other one to sensitivity. Thinking of Fatal Upkeep or Polluted Aether. That's 6 poison. I think the auto heal amounts for more. It's 2 extra poison, and it gets added to Blood Pact and Cosmic Healing. Alright, so if we defeated Hectate, who had 1,000 HP just like this, then we should definitely kill this because I have Rod of Command now. Dang, that's crazy. It's perfectly proccing a Cosmic Healing each usage. Yep, healing +1 Soul Altar. Pretty strong. Dang. Alright, I'm gonna rot a command just to make sure we get this. Should give us over 100 poison stacks, which I believe it heals up 96 HP. So yeah, the poison should trigger and still kill it. That's crazy, almost got close to, maybe we could hit 1,800. Okay, yeah, there's no way he survives. He's dead to the poison. We bring him down to 1 and he dies to poison. We did it. World first. Is it really because of the 1 extra hit? We barely critted out of the 10%. Is it really 10%? Alright, GG. This should just accumulate some more poison on it. Alright, yeah, it's just done. World first run. What? Wait, what? Are you telling me the poison missed? How did it miss? You know, I think I remember one of the devs saying that Chernobog has to transform before it dies. So I think it was like in God mode right there. Even damage over time wasn't gonna kill it, really. It's kind of corny. Considering I think this and Slasher are the only 2 teams that could realistically kill it on round 1. They have it hard capped that you can't. Man. That's disappointing. Alright, well, we're definitely gonna overkill it now just because that sucked. But yeah, if you guys want to replicate this, cleansed, corruption, first aid, so warlock party, and sensitivity you want on Mandy. And then the other traits can be split between Domovoy and Nixie. You want Cosmic Healing and Blood Pact first. Then you want Long Lived and Ethereal Regeneration. Then you can get Ascension and the one that gives you power afterwards. And then the last slot is literally free. You could take the Toxic Cycle like I did. You could take an Auto Heal, whatever. But yeah, the main point was to get Warlock Party and Sensitivity on Mandy because that's more damage you could do, but it looks like it doesn't matter because Chernobog is hard locked to staying alive until it transforms. Unless they add another difficulty and they don't hard cap it there. Maybe then you'll need the extra damage. I'm curious, so is Explosive Exhale on Mandy good? No, because it doesn't apply it to your allies. Okay. Oh, there you go. That's why you don't want Explosive Exhale on Mandy, because she doesn't trigger her unique trait to give the regen stacks to the allies. She just consumes it for damage and that's it. Alright, so this was still technically a round 1 kill if the game wasn't hard capped to keeping the boss alive. Because like I said, Slasher's the only one that could maybe do it. I don't think there's anyone else in the game that can, so I'm still gonna call this a round 1 kill because it was. It technically was, if the game didn't hard bar you. But one that was definitive round 1 kill, no questions asked, was in the demo with Haste before Haste got nerfed. It's going to be in the description and the pinned comments and right here at the end screen, so make sure to check that one out. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next video, I'll see ya.